Chapter 240, Sudden Incident. Though the North American nation is detestable, these sanctions have compelled Xia to become self-reliant. Just like me now threatened by those people from Xianmen, I've been driven to strengthen myself. I will definitely grasp the sense of qi, Lin Xingyan said to Qin Fan. Indeed, Qin Fan nodded in agreement. Lin Xingyan then took out her laptop and began to tackle the accumulated work of the past few days, while Qin Fan continued to watch various news reports. The train departed from Jini ancient town, heading to Zhengcheng. Qin Fan and Lin Xingyan had taken this route before, which required passing through 5 stations. The first major city was Qinghe, followed by 3 small towns, and finally a mountain city. The economic backwardness of the area made it seem somewhat desolate. Feeling a bit tired from her work, Lin Xingyan stretched and noticed Qin Fan, eyes closed, seemingly asleep. She chuckled softly, "You claim to be an immortal, yet here you are, asleep." With that, Lin Xingyan found a blanket and gently covered Qin Fan, her beautiful eyes quietly watching him. "A tranquil, handsome man," Lin Xingyan whispered with a smile. Unconsciously, she leaned against Qin Fan's arm and soon fell asleep as well. Qin Fan felt Lin Xingyan's warmth and did not push her away. In the peaceful and warm afternoon, under the winter sun, the two leaned against each other like a pair of celestial lovers in a painting. Boom! Suddenly, a thunderous explosion shattered the tranquility, shaking the entire train. Just 5 kilometers from the mountain city, a cataclysmic explosion erupted, sending a towering inferno into the sky and derailing the train, causing it to topple over. The train, out of control, skidded forward with terrifying crashes, each impact sending shivers down the spines of the passengers. Chaos ensued inside the train, with passengers screaming and being thrown about, some sustaining severe injuries. Qin Fan reacted swiftly, immediately embracing Lin Xingyan. With a swift motion, he slashed through the air with his fingers. Bang! A booming sound followed as Qin Fan sliced a hole in the train wall. He quickly carried Lin Xingyan out of the train. "What happened?" Lin Xingyan asked, still shaken, as she looked at the derailed train. The train was now engulfed in flames. "Someone attacked the train with explosives," Qin Fan exclaimed, watching the blaze. "Who could be so insane? How many innocent lives are at stake?" Lin Xingyan cried out in shock. The attackers could have used more lethal means to destroy the train entirely. "It seems they had a different objective, perhaps to stop the train," Qin Fan observed. Engines roared, and the sound of helicopter rotors filled the air. Several jeeps and a helicopter emerged from the surrounding mountains, all heading towards the derailed train. Both the jeeps and the helicopter were armed. The assailants began firing at the train, indiscriminately targeting even Qin Fan and Lin Xingyan. Qin Fan quickly pulled Lin Xingyan aside, erecting a protective shield around her. Inside the train, the terrified passengers dared not escape, paralyzed by fear. "Don't move! Anyone who moves, I'll blow their brains out," shouted a burly, one-eyed man with dark skin, the apparent leader of the attackers. The passengers, mostly ordinary people, had never faced such terror. The sight of these burly, ruthless men, armed with heavy weaponry and backed by a helicopter, turned them into trembling sheep, huddling inside the train. "Go, drag them out," the one-eyed leader ordered his men. Immediately, the attackers rushed towards the train. "Qin Fan, what's happening? Can you save them?" Lin Xingyan asked anxiously, hiding behind Qin Fan. "Don't worry, someone will come to their rescue," Qin Fan reassured her. Lin Xingyan was puzzled but continued to watch. "Who are these people? This is Xia, how can they act so brazenly?" Qin Fan was also taken aback. The attackers were cultivators, many at the innate level, and their leader was a grandmaster-level warrior. Their strength was formidable. Moreover, they had heavy weaponry and even a helicopter. How did they smuggle such armaments into Xia and plant explosives on the railway? This was no small operation. Qin Fan refrained from intervening immediately, not out of unwillingness to help, but because he sensed a group of warriors within the train, lying in wait. They seemed to be preparing an ambush, ready to capture the attackers. If Qin Fan acted now, he might disrupt their plan. So he decided to observe the situation. Sure enough, as the attackers approached, a group of plainclothes warriors sprang into action, launching a counterattack. These warriors were exceptionally skilled and swift, their marksmanship impeccable. They wielded specialized weapons, clearly part of Xia's elite forces, trained to deal with cultivators. "I knew Xia's dogs were hiding here, waiting to ambush us," the one-eyed leader roared in fury. He grabbed a massive axe from the jeep and leapt forward like a cannonball, landing with a thunderous impact and charging at Xia's elite troops. "Scum, prepare to die," he bellowed. At that moment, a cold voice emanated from within the train. Boom! With a deafening explosion, a figure burst out from the train, wielding a traditional blade, yet dressed in modern attire. This figure launched himself at the one-eyed leader, initiating a fierce battle. Chapter 241, Disciples of the Fiery Sun Sect. The swordsman who emerged wore a modern suit, appearing quite refined, yet his ferocity with the blade was astonishing. Each swing was powerful and wide, radiating a terrifying aura as he clashed with the one-eyed man wielding the battle axe. The one-eyed man's axe strikes unleashed explosive power, creating nearly meter-deep gouges in the ground with each blow. However, the swordsman matched him move for move, even forcing him back several steps. Boom! 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 Bang! 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 Clang! 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 Their fierce battle unleashed bursts of energy, creating thunderous explosions and shattering the rocky terrain, making for an awe-inspiring spectacle. This is more intense than any martial arts drama. Lin Qingyan, hiding beside Qin Fan, covered her mouth in shock. Since entering the world of true cultivation, her understanding of reality had been repeatedly overturned. This fight was far more terrifying than any martial arts film she had ever seen. Qin Fan merely shrugged. To him, this clash seemed like child's play. The man with the blade looks familiar. "I think I know him," Lin Qingyan observed, recognizing a figure from her memory despite the swordsman's rapid movements. "Know him?" Qin Fan asked curiously. "I think so, but he's moving too fast for me to see clearly," Lin Qingyan replied. "Oh," Qin Fan responded, continuing to watch the battle. "Qin Fan, you're a doctor. Can you help those injured people now?" Lin Qingyan urged suddenly, glancing at the passengers. Many were thrown from the train, lying on the ground, bleeding and unconscious, while their companions called for help. The plainclothes officers, preoccupied with fighting the bandits, ignored the injured. "All right," Qin Fan agreed after a moment. It had been a long time since he had practiced medicine. This opportunity to help the wounded might allow him to gain insights into the path of mortals, thus honing his Dao heart. Immediately, Qin Fan and Lin Qingyan moved towards the injured passengers. Meanwhile, the battle continued but did not last long. The Xia nation's elite forces, prepared and well-equipped, quickly subdued the outlaws. The one-eyed man, despite his strength, was slowly being overpowered by the swordsman. "You are a disciple of the Fiery Sun Sect," the one-eyed man roared, retreating under the swordsman's relentless assault. "Indeed." "Now surrender quietly," the swordsman replied with a murderous tone. The world's factions are ranked by strength, from C, B, A, S, to the unquantifiable X-class. Hidden sects like the Fiery Sun Sect often ranked as S-class, with some nearing X-class due to the presence of ancient masters. Such organizations existed not only in Xia but also overseas. The Fiery Sun Sect was such an entity, producing formidable disciples. The swordsman, with his impressive skills, hailed from this powerful sect. "You are from the Tiangang sect, but sadly, your skills are lacking. You're no match for me. Prepare to die," the swordsman shouted, pressing his advantage. "You are the flaming dragon swordsman, Gu Yanlong, of the Fiery Sun Sect," the one-eyed man exclaimed, recognizing his opponent as he was pushed to the brink of defeat. "Surprised that even a member of the Rakshasa Hall knows me. If you surrender and reveal your secrets, especially those of hell, I might spare your life," Gu Yanlong offered. "Ha! I, Huang Tao, will never betray hell. Today, I'll trade my life for yours." Huang Tao yelled, his face twisted in a maniacal grin. "All hail the ball! All hail the hell!" With a final, desperate strike, he aimed for Gu Yanlong's vital points. "Seeking death!" Gu Yanlong shouted coldly. A searing energy surged as he gripped his sword, igniting it with crimson flames. Raging Dragon Slash! With a fierce strike, Gu Yanlong's sword projected a dragon of flame, aiming for Huang Tao's throat, intending to end the fight in one decisive blow. The strike disarmed Huang Tao, sending his battle axe flying. But Huang Tao, anticipating his defeat, lunged to grip the sword with his bare hands. Splurt. Blood gushed as Huang Tao's hands were sliced to the bone. Yet he showed no fear, only a vicious smile as his inner energy grew chaotic. "You're trying to self-destruct your Dantian." Gu Yanlong's face paled. A Grandmaster's true energy was incredibly potent.
If condensed and released explosively, it could create a massive explosion, enough to kill Gu Yanlong.
Join me in hell, Gu Yanlong. Huang Tao roared, ready to sacrifice himself.
Dream on.
Gu Yanlong quickly released his grip and leaped back.
Fiery Sun Shield.
As he retreated, he conjured a shield of true energy.
Boom!
The explosion erupted, obliterating everything in its vicinity and leaving a massive crater.
Although Gu Yanlong's energy shield absorbed most of the blast, he was still thrown back, covered in dust and debris.
Captain Gu, are you alright?
Captain Gu, are you injured?
A group of plainclothes officers rushed over, their concern evident. Just a few scratches, nothing serious, Gu Yanlong replied, steadying his breath.
As expected of Captain Gu.
If it weren't for Captain Gu, this could have gone very badly. The officers praised him earnestly.
Enough.
Secure the area and protect the passengers, especially Academician Kai, Gu Yanlong ordered. The officers swiftly moved to evacuate and safeguard the passengers.
Captain Gu, bad news. Academician Kai has been hit by a stray bullet.
What?
Gu Yanlong's face turned grim.
I specifically ordered you to protect Academician Kai at all costs.
Chapter 242, True Acquaintance.
Gu Yanlong hurried over and saw a man in his 50s sitting on the ground, his face contorted in pain. His left hand pressed against a wound on his right hand to staunch the bleeding. Professor Kai, are you alright?
Gu Yanlong asked with concern.
It's nothing serious.
It was chaotic just now, and I got a bit injured,
Kai Mingyuan replied. No, you need to get to the hospital immediately. I'll contact the Jiangnan military department to send help right away, Gu Yanlong said decisively. This Professor Kai was a scientist who had returned from overseas. Xia country held him in the highest regard, considering him a national treasure. The mission was his idea, using himself as bait to lure out the Rashomon Hall.
Naturally, he couldn't be allowed to get hurt.
Look among the passengers to see if there's a doctor. Someone needs to treat Professor Kai immediately, Gu Yanlong instructed after contacting the military department. His subordinates began searching the crowd for a doctor. However, the passengers had just endured chaos, many were injured, some severely, and there seemed to be no doctors among them. Look, someone over there is helping, a plainclothes officer exclaimed, spotting a man and a woman tending to an unconscious passenger. He rushed over. Hey, are you a doctor? The officer asked rudely upon reaching the couple, who were Qin Fan and Lin Xingyan. Treating the injured was easy for Qin Fan, but he avoided drawing too much attention, providing only basic care to ensure the injured were out of immediate danger, waiting for officials to transport them to the hospital. This way, he appeared more like an ordinary doctor than a celestial being.
Qin Fan looked up at the officer and asked, Yes, what's the matter?
There's a wounded person over there who needs urgent care. Please come and help, the officer said.
There are many injured people here too.
If you're done, why not call for help to transport these patients to the hospital? Lin Xingyan suggested. That person is very important, the officer raised his voice, commanding, You must come at once.
Get lost.
Qin Fan replied curtly.
The officer fumed, Do you know who we are?
I don't care who you are.
No one orders me around.
I decide who to save, Qin Fan retorted dismissively. The officer, incensed, moved to forcefully take Qin Fan with him.
Don't be rough, what's going on? Gu Yanlong intervened, stopping his men.
This guy has a terrible attitude, the officer fumed. Doctor, we are Kunlun Team 4, codenamed Yuan.
I am Captain Gu Yanlong. Our mission is to protect a national treasure-level scientist who is injured.
We urgently need your assistance, Gu Yanlong explained.
Kunlun, Yuan team?
Qin Fan recalled the elite Kunlun unit of the Jiangnan military department, but Yuan team was far superior to the so-called elite blade unit, which he considered worthless.
Seeing Gu Yanlong's respectful attitude, Qin Fan asked, What's the injury?
His arm was grazed by a stray bullet, Gu Yanlong replied.
That's a minor wound.
Just get him to the hospital, Qin Fan responded.
That's Academician Kai, not just anyone. A Yuan soldier protested angrily.
Everyone's life is precious. What matters now is the severity of injuries, not their status.
A passenger interjected, incensed by the soldier's attitude. Exactly, who cares about rank right now?
We need to save those most in need.
If he's so important, why take the train?
This accident probably happened because of him. I suspect you used him as bait, risking our lives in the process.
Yeah, security in Xia country is great. How often do you hear about train hijackings and bandits? Hearing these complaints, Gu Yanlong's face darkened.
Indeed, they had planned this to flush out the Rashomon Hall, and despite their precautions, there were casualties. But to him, the end justified the means, as they succeeded in exposing the Rashomon operatives in Xia country. Doctor, please assist us once you're finished here, Gu Yanlong requested.
If he's that important, he can walk over.
It's not far, Qin Fan, having noticed Kai Ming Yuan nearby, said. Disregarding them, Qin Fan continued treating the injured. As he worked, he felt a trace of divine providence, a rare opportunity he wouldn't miss, so he focused on saving lives. Just because you know some medicine, don't be so arrogant.
Without us, you'd be dead already.
Exactly, being a doctor doesn't make you invincible.
Gu Yanlong's subordinates grumbled indignantly. Captain Gu, why not ask Academician Kai to come over?
Lin Qingyan suggested.
Gu Yanlong was surprised, recognizing her. Qingyan, is that you?
Yes, I thought it was you when I saw you fighting that big guy. I didn't expect to see you here, Lin Qingyan replied with a smile.
I'm surprised too.
Didn't think I'd run into you here, Gu Yanlong said, delighted.
Captain Gu, my husband is principled in his work.
Please have Academician Kai come over, Lin Qingyan added.
Your husband?
Gu Yanlong was stunned, looking incredulously at Qin Fan. Yes, his name is Qin Fan, my husband. Please don't be offended by his manner, Lin Qingyan said. Confirming the relationship, Gu Yanlong cast a dark glance at Qin Fan before it quickly vanished. I'll bring Academician Kai over, he said and walked towards Kai Ming Yuan. So, you really know him, Qin Fan remarked to Lin Qingyan. Yes, he was the student council president when I joined in my freshman year. We were close, but I didn't expect him to join the military and become so formidable, Lin Qingyan replied with a hint of bitterness. People she knew seemed to excel in remarkable ways, making her feel like a clown in comparison.
Soon, Gu Yanlong brought Kai Ming Yuan over.
Qingyan, this is Academician Kai, a national treasure in scientific research. Our mission is to protect him, Gu Yanlong explained. Lin Qingyan nodded and said to Qin Fan, please examine Academician Kai. It's just a superficial wound. It doesn't need treatment, Qin Fan said after a quick glance. Gu Yanlong and his team were taken aback, glaring at Qin Fan. How dare he be so dismissive?
Qin Fan was right.
Kai Ming Yuan's wound was merely a graze from a heated bullet, not requiring urgent care. The passengers needed Qin Fan's help more. But the Ziyuan team, unable to understand, continued to glare at Qin Fan, convinced he was being deliberately difficult.
Chapter 243, No one can save you. Captain, this kid is doing it on purpose.
Shouldn't we teach him a lesson? One of the Ziyuan team members gritted his teeth at Qin Fan. Exactly, he needs to be shown his place, another chimed in angrily.
Gu Yanlong's face darkened as he glared at Qin Fan.
This brat really thought he could push his luck just because of Lin Qingyan. If it weren't for her, Gu Yanlong would have taken action long ago. No one had ever dared to disrespect him like this since he became the captain of the Ziyuan team.
Qingyan, isn't he being unreasonable? Gu Yanlong said to Lin Qingyan.
Lin Qingyan was about to respond when Qin Fan spoke up.
Watch your mouth.
Only I can call her Qingyan, Qin Fan said bluntly.
Gu Yanlong was stunned.
Though Qin Fan and Lin Qingyan's marriage was a sham, hearing another man call her so intimately made him uncomfortable. Was this an attempt to steal from him? Qin Fan wasn't someone to be easily challenged.
The atmosphere grew tense, ripe with confrontation.
Doctor, please save my son. A frantic voice interrupted. A woman hurried over, carrying a boy of about 7 or 8 years old.
What's wrong, ma'am?
Lin Qingyan quickly asked, seizing the opportunity to defuse the situation.
My son suddenly fainted.
Please help him, the woman pleaded desperately. Qin Fan, take a look at him, Lin Qingyan urged. Could he have been shot? Qin Fan scanned the boy with his divine sense and said, he wasn't shot. He has a congenital heart defect, and the recent jolt caused a rupture.
He's in critical condition.
Yes, my child has congenital heart disease. We were on our way to Jiangqing to see Dr. Catherine, but now he might not make it, the mother sobbed, on the verge of collapse.
Qin Fan, can you do something?
Lin Qingyan asked urgently. He needs surgery in Jiangqing as soon as possible, Qin Fan replied.
But there's no time. Even if we get to Jiangcheng, we might not find Dr. Catherine, the woman cried out in despair.
I can temporarily stabilize his heart.
Dr. Catherine will be there, we just need to get him to a hospital immediately.
Time is of the essence, Qin Fan said. He pressed his hands together and then quickly tapped several points on the boy's chest, infusing him with a stream of magical energy. The boy's pale face began to regain color, and he slowly regained consciousness. The onlookers were astonished. With just a few taps, the boy had come back to life. Qin Fan wasn't a medical expert, he used restorative magic for treatment, which was highly effective for injuries but less so for congenital defects. Curing this condition required a heart transplant or a complex repair, akin to surgery, something he could perform, but not under these circumstances. They needed to get back to Jiangcheng just then. The sound of helicopter rotors filled the air, and a military helicopter hovered above them.
Perfect timing.
Use the helicopter to take the child and his mother to Jiangcheng for treatment, Qin Fan suggested. However, as the woman and her child moved towards the helicopter, Yuan team members blocked their way.
Sorry, this helicopter was arranged by the Jiangnan Military Department for Professor Kai.
You'll have to wait for an ambulance, one of the soldiers, still smarting from Qin Fan's earlier attitude, said spitefully.
Are you seriously prioritizing rank over critical injuries? This child needs urgent surgery. Qin Fan said, his face stern.
He could only stabilize the boy's heart for a while. Without immediate surgery, even his powers wouldn't save him.
This area is secure now. Injured patients should be transported first.
Lin Qingyan snapped, Professor Kai only has superficial wounds.
A delay won't matter.
Sorry, but those are the military's orders, the soldier said smugly, clearly seeking revenge for Qin Fan's earlier slight. Qin Fan restrained his temper, mindful that these people were from the national military. Otherwise, he would have thrashed these fools already. Lin Qingyan turned to Gu Yanlong for help.
Feeling her gaze, Gu Yanlong smiled, prioritize the injured and sick.
Captain, some team members protested.
What, are you disobeying orders now? Gu Yanlong scolded. Reluctantly, the soldiers stepped aside.
Thank you, Captain Gu, Lin Qingyan said gratefully.
Gu Yanlong smiled warmly, no need to thank me, Qingyan. It's my duty.
Hearing Gu Yanlong call her Qingyan again made Lin Qingyan uncomfortable, but she decided to let it slide given the circumstances. Get on the helicopter and return to Jiangcheng, Qin Fan said to Lin Qingyan.
I'm not hurt.
I can wait for the ambulance, Lin Qingyan replied.
Do you want to stay here? Qin Fan asked.
Lin Qingyan paused, realizing what he meant, and agreed, all right, I'll go with you. There's room on the helicopter. I'll bring Professor Kai along too, Gu Yanlong suggested, leaving no room for refusal. Soon, they were all aboard the helicopter heading to Jiangcheng.
It's been years, Qingyan. I never expected to see you here, Gu Yanlong said once they were in the air.
Yes, it's quite a surprise. I didn't expect you to join the military and become so accomplished, Lin Qingyan responded with a smile.
Well, it's partly because I'm from the Liang sect. Do you know about it? Gu Yanlong asked.
Lin Qingyan shook her head.
The Liang sect is a quasi-X organization. My family is part of it.
Joining the military was a family decision, Gu Yanlong explained.
No wonder you're so formidable.
Joining the military and having your own team so quickly, Lin Qingyan said admiringly. Just doing my duty for Xia country, Gu Yanlong replied modestly. I really admire people who serve the country, Lin Qingyan said with a hint of respect. To be honest, after all these years, I regret not pursuing you. I left too early, Gu Yanlong said with a smile. You'd better drop any ideas about Qingyan, or no one will be able to save you, Qin Fan's icy voice cut in abruptly.
Chapter 244, Marshal Xia receives at the helipad.
Lin Qingyan was startled by Qin Fan's words and quickly said, Qin Fan, what nonsense are you talking about?
Gu Shuizhan was just joking.
Qin Fan looked at her and replied, I hate it when someone covets what's mine.
Both Lin Qingyan and Gu Yanlong were stunned by his words. I am not your possession.
Lin Qingyan retorted angrily after realizing what Qin Fan meant. Even if Qingyan is your wife, you can't treat her as an object, Gu Yanlong said coldly, glaring at Qin Fan.
Anyone who covets my things doesn't meet a good end. Do you want to try?
Qin Fan said with a smirk.
Qin Fan, what's gotten into you?
Gu Shuozhan was just joking because we haven't seen each other in years. Don't take it seriously, Lin Qingyan said, her heart racing. She remembered what had happened at the cemetery when Lin Yun coveted a ring and was killed by Qin Fan without hesitation. She felt that Qin Fan's threat was genuine. Can't you see? He was deliberately talking about the Liang sect and his achievements in Kunlun to show off and imply he's better than me, Qin Fan said with a sneer. Mr. Qin, I don't look down on you. Gu Yanlong replied sternly. In truth, he did think this way. He couldn't understand why Lin Qingyan had married Qin Fan. From every angle, Qin Fan seemed ordinary and even had a strange personality. Compared to himself, who had always been a prominent figure at school, Qin Fan didn't measure up. If not for his family's call to return to the Liang sect, he believed Lin Qingyan would be his. Lin Qingyan rolled her eyes at Qin Fan and said, "Who would be foolish enough to compare themselves to you? That's just asking for trouble." Given Qin Fan's achievements, surpassing them in several lifetimes would be nearly impossible. Hence, she never considered Gu Yanlong's words as an attempt to undermine Qin Fan. Gu Yanlong was surprised and puzzled by Lin Qingyan's words. He wanted to know more about Qin Fan's identity but decided against it to avoid upsetting Lin Qingyan. Instead, he turned to Qin Fan and said, "Mr. Qin, as Qingyan's husband, you should be more magnanimous. Pettiness won't take you far, and it won't match up to Qingyan. One more word from you, and I'll kill you," Qin Fan said coldly. Although he and Lin Qingyan were not truly a couple, anyone coveting his possessions would face his wrath. Qin Fan, Gu Shuozhang means no harm. Please don't do anything rash. Lin Qingyan interjected, truly afraid Qin Fan would act. He said, "I'm petty and won't achieve great things." It seems he's proud of his military accomplishments, Qin Fan said with a mocking smile. "Qingyan, it appears your husband is very narrow-minded and jealous," Gu Yanlong retorted angrily. The Special Forces team leaders in Kunlun were rare and elite. Given his background and achievements, he was destined to rise high in the military. Qin Fan's words only proved his pettiness and jealousy. "Killing you sounds good," Qin Fan said, his face turning cold. Lin Qingyan's face changed instantly. "Qin Fan, are you crazy?" "Ha, Qingyan, your husband is quite something," Gu Yanlong laughed, showing no fear. In fact, he was eager for Qin Fan to make a move, as it would give him a chance to counterattack. Just as Qin Fan was about to act, the helicopter arrived at Zhenghe Hospital. "Qin Fan, stop it," Lin Qingyan said, hanging up her call to Dr. Catherine. She didn't want Qin Fan to kill Gu Yanlong, as it would cause huge trouble given Gu Yanlong's position in the military. Qin Fan realized that killing Gu Yanlong right after agreeing to help the Jiangnan military department would turn the entire military against him, which wasn't worth it. He decided that if he ever needed to, he could kill Gu Yanlong later without causing unnecessary trouble. "I'll spare you this time. Next time I see you coveting my things, I won't be so lenient," Qin Fan said. Gu Yanlong scoffed at Qin Fan, but remained silent. "All right, Qin Fan, let's focus on saving the child. I need to contact Dr. Catherine," Lin Qingyan said, relieved. The argument confirmed one thing for Lin Qingyan: Qin Fan did care about her, even if he treated her like a possession. This thought made her oddly happy. They quickly disembarked from the helicopter. "What's going on? Why are so many Jiangnan military department people here? Even Marshal Xia is here?" Gu Yanlong was stunned. On the helipad, several high-ranking officers from the Jiangnan military department were waiting, including Marshal Xia Yangguang. The Ziyuan team belonged to the Huainan military department, outside of Xia Yangguang's jurisdiction, but his rank and status were high. His presence indicated someone very important was on board. Gu Yanlong felt a thrill, thinking that Xia Yangguang was there to meet him. Given the mission's importance, he believed Xia Yangguang highly valued him. Suppressing his excitement, Gu Yanlong hurried forward to greet Marshal Xia. However, Xia Yangguang ignored him and walked straight to Qin Fan, addressing him with great respect, "Mr. Qin, I apologize for involving you and your wife in this incident." Gu Yanlong was left in shock, staring at Qin Fan, completely dumbfounded. Chapter 245, The surgery was a success. "Do you need something?" Qin Fan asked Xia Yangguang indifferently. "It's about the commission I mentioned earlier," Xia Yangguang replied. "Let's save the child first," Qin Fan responded curtly. "Yes, saving a life is the priority," Xia Yangguang nodded in agreement. With that, Qin Fan took the child to the hospital, and Lin Qingyan nodded at Xia Yangguang before following Qin Fan. "Marshal Xia, you?"
Gu Yanlong approached Xia Yangguang only after Qin Fan had left. And you are? Xia Yangguang frowned upon seeing Gu Yanlong. Marshal, this is Gu Yanlong from the Ziyuan team, known as the Flaming Dragon Swordsman, Bu Changjian introduced.
Oh, it's young Gu. My memory is failing me, Xia Yangguang smiled as he recalled. Gu Yanlong felt as if his chest had been struck by a hammer. Xia Yangguang had been so respectful to Qin Fan, yet he didn't even recognize him. This was absurd. Could he really be inferior to Qin Fan? How could that be possible? Marshal Xia, why were you so respectful to Qin Fan? Gu Yanlong asked, taking a deep breath. Because Mr. Qin deserves my respect, Xia Yangguang answered with a smile. Gu Yanlong was puzzled, wanting to ask more, but before he could, Xia Yangguang instructed his men and left. Gu Yanlong had no choice but to inquire about Qin Fan from Bu Changjian. Young Gu, Marshal Xia has said it, Mr. Qin deserves respect, and that's all there is to it, Bu Changjian reiterated before arranging for someone to host Gu Yanlong. Gu Yanlong was left bewildered but had to set his thoughts aside to arrange for Academician Kai to be bandaged at the hospital. Meanwhile, Qin Fan and Lin Xingyan brought the child to meet Catherine. After conducting a series of examinations, Catherine took the child to the emergency surgery room. You are a doctor here and brought the patient in, so you should assist, Catherine smiled at Qin Fan. Qin Fan nodded and prepared to enter the operating room with her. Qin Fan, you just got your full-time status here. Are you sure you can help? Don't make any mistakes, Lin Xingyan said, worried. Xingyan, if this surgery is successful, it will astonish the world. If your husband participates, he will become a renowned doctor, Catherine said with a smile. Lin Xingyan was taken aback, then asked, are you sure there won't be any problems? Don't worry, since I decided to save this child, I will see it through to the end, Qin Fan reassured her. He who helps others must see it through to the end. Since Qin Fan brought the child here, he was determined to cure him. Previously, while treating the train accident victims, Qin Fan sensed he might touch upon the divine will again. This child might be the final step. Lin Xingyan nodded, watching Qin Fan enter the operating room. Master, are you sure you can do this? Catherine asked once they were inside. Of course, Qin Fan replied confidently. This is a congenital heart defect. Modern medical techniques can't repair it. The only solution I can think of is a heart transplant, but the success rate is less than 1%, Catherine said, concerned. Having reviewed all the examination reports, Catherine had concluded the child was beyond saving. However, Qin Fan had told her he could save the child but needed her to cover for him. Qin Fan would use not modern medical techniques, but immortal methods. Just watch, Qin Fan said. Catherine assisted Qin Fan, placing the child on the operating table. Qin Fan raised his hand, releasing a pale green energy, his unique life force. The life energy enveloped the child, sustaining his life. Qin Fan then opened the child's chest, and a tiny heart floated out. Catherine was shocked. Despite the heart being outside the body, the child remained alive due to the powerful life energy, completely overturning Catherine's understanding. Qin Fan's eyes displayed runes as he activated his true sight. Under true sight, all the defects in the child's heart were laid bare. The simplest method for Qin Fan to heal the child was to use immortal magic to replace the heart, but finding a suitable heart was impossible. Alternatively, he could use an extremely rare elixir to regenerate the heart, but the ingredients were unavailable on Earth. Thus, he chose the most laborious method, repairing the heart. The heart spun in mid-air as Qin Fan used his power to extract the necessary tissue from the child and slowly mend the heart. Half an hour later, the heart was repaired, and Qin Fan placed it back into the child's body. Afterward, Qin Fan felt everything around him vanish, sensing himself standing alone in the boundless universe. A profound sense of enlightenment slowly filled his heart. Soon, Qin Fan returned from this state of divine insight. As expected, I was right. I've touched another thread of the divine will, further strengthening my divided soul, Qin Fan mused. How is it? Catherine's voice broke the silence. No problems. Check it yourself, Qin Fan said. Catherine quickly ran a full body scan. Oh my God! Catherine exclaimed at the normal readings on the monitor. Master, you are a deity. Qin Fan couldn't help but laugh. Do your kind worship gods? Wrong, I meant you are the progenitor of our kind, Catherine corrected herself quickly. Remember to say you led the surgery and I assisted. I don't want too much attention, Xin Fan said. Understood, Catherine replied with a playful smile. She then called in the other medical staff.
Dr. Catherine, you did it? How did you manage it? Did you repair the heart?
The staff were astonished by the normal readings. The child had been deemed beyond saving, yet Catherine had brought him back.
Catherine smiled at Xin Fan and said, "It's a secret." With that, she and the staff moved the child to a ward. Xin Fan took the opportunity to leave the operating room.
Outside, he found Lin Qingyan and, surprisingly, Gu Yanlong waiting.
How did it go? Lin Qingyan asked anxiously.
Everything's fine, Xin Fan reassured her.
Mr. Xin, your medical skills are impressive, Gu Yanlong remarked with a smile. Do you have a death wish? Why are you in my face again?
Xin Fan glared at Gu Yanlong forced a smile and turned to Lin Qingyan. Qingyan, I'll be staying in Jiangnan for a while on a security mission. Let's meet with some college friends sometime.
I hope you'll join us. Chapter 246, EX Level Organization, Yushu Palace.
Lin Qingyan was about to respond politely, but Xin Fan interrupted rudely, "Get lost, she's busy."
Gu Yanlong remained unfazed, smiled, and walked away, his expression darkening as he turned. What is wrong with you?
Lin Qingyan asked once Gu Yanlong had left. I told you, I hate it when others covet what's mine, Xin Fan replied. I'm not your possession, Lin Qingyan retorted, rolling her eyes and deciding not to argue further. At least she could see that Xin Fan cared about her, which made her happy. Let's go back, Xin Fan said.
All right, Lin Qingyan agreed.
As they took a few steps, they saw Xia Yangguang waiting with his military personnel. I forgot, Xia Yangguang needed me for something, Xin Fan remembered. What is it?
Lin Qingyan asked immediately. Xia Yangguang wanted my help with something that would take 7 to 10 days. Looks like you'll have to go back first, Xin Fan explained. Working for the military? Is it dangerous?
Lin Qingyan asked, worried. There won't be any danger, Xin Fan reassured her. He then approached Xia Yangguang, saying, have someone escort her back. Xia Yangguang nodded and assigned military personnel to escort Lin Qingyan.
Xin Fan and Xia Yangguang then got into a military vehicle. After about half an hour, they arrived at a secret military office.
Inside, Xin Fan met a seemingly ordinary man in casual clothes, sitting calmly on a sofa. Xin Fan instantly recognized his formidable presence, equal to at least 15 Hua Tianqing in strength. The man furrowed his brows upon seeing Xin Fan, looking puzzled.
Is he the one you highly recommended? He asked Xia Yangguang.
Yes, Xia Yangguang confirmed. I know you can't sense his true energy, but his accomplishments are undeniable.
His strength defies conventional judgment.
Turning to Xin Fan, Xia Yangguang introduced, this is Tang Jingwu from Yushu Palace, Major General Tang.
Yushu Palace? The one from Fengshan Yeni? Xin Fan asked, surprised.
He had read the book, which mentioned the Kunlun Yushu Palace. Our Yushu Palace is named after the one in Fengshan Yeni, and our leader's code name is Yuan Tianzuan, Tang Jingwu explained. Xin Fan couldn't help but chuckle at the thought of it being a cosplay.
Mr. Qin, Yushu Palace is one of the EX organizations of Xiagua, Xia Yangguang added.
Xin Fan was mildly surprised.
He recalled Aunt Wang mentioning Xiagua had 2 EX organizations, Shenmen, and, now he realized, this cosplay like Yushu Palace. Can you tell me more about Yushu Palace?
Xin Fan asked, intrigued. Yushu Palace is directly under the highest authority of Xiagua and leads the special forces of Kunlun. It is the highest level special operations organization in Xiagua.
Besides Yuan Tianzuan, there are 12 members, Tang Jingwu explained. 12 members? Are they the 12 golden immortals? Xin Fan joked. You can think of it that way.
My code name is Yudingjinren, Tang Jingwu responded with a smile. You guys are really something, Xin Fan remarked.
So, what do you need me to do? Earlier, I mentioned that we need you to protect someone and something. Major General Tang will give you the details, Xia Yangguang said. Before that, may I test your strength? This mission is of utmost importance and cannot tolerate any mistakes.
We need to confirm your capabilities, Tang Jingwu said, looking at Xin Fan.
Go ahead, strike with all your might, Xin Fan replied.
I should warn you, everyone in Yushu Palace has the strength to be in the top 10 of the Tianbang, possibly even the Shenbang.
Are you sure? Tang Jingwu asked. People like Tang Jingwu were national secrets and rarely made public appearances, hence they weren't listed on the Tianbang.
However, their strength was formidable, easily placing them in the top 10. Just do it, Qin Fan insisted. Very well, Tang Jingwu said, his aura suddenly intensifying. He took a step forward and aimed a powerful punch at Qin Fan's chest. The force was immense, causing a loud explosion, yet it was controlled within a small area, demonstrating Tang Jingwu's mastery over his power. Qin Fan's feet sank slightly into the ground, but he remained unmoved.
Tang Jingwu withdrew his fist, satisfaction in his eyes.
You were right, Xia.
To withstand my full-strength punch without budging, his strength is indeed enough for Yushu Palace.
I have no intention of joining Yushu Palace, Qin Fan said.
If you knew what Yushu Palace entails, you might reconsider. But joining isn't simple, there are rigorous tests.
Your strength merely qualifies you, Tang Jingwu explained. Let's get to the point, Qin Fan urged. Without wasting time, Tang Jingwu continued, you must be aware that Western nations are launching their final desperate assault to thwart Xiagua's resurgence.
A key element in this struggle is technology.
Your mission is to protect Xiagua's treasured scientist, Chen Mengyao, and the nation's precious Earth core.
Chapter 247, Truly Superfluous. Chen Mengyao and the Earth core? Qin Fan looked at Tang Jingwu with a puzzled expression. You don't need to be confused right now. When you get to Tian Yun Island, you'll understand.
Just remember, this mission is extremely important, and you must ensure the safety of both Chen Mengyao and the Earth core, Tang Jingwu instructed.
If it's so important, why doesn't Yushu Palace handle it directly?
Qin Fan didn't immediately agree but instead questioned.
Tang Jingwu seemed to anticipate this question and looked towards Xia Yangguang.
Xia Yangguang picked up a tablet from his desk and opened an album, showing several photos to Qin Fan. The photos depicted white-skinned, blonde individuals either killed or captured.
And these are? Qin Fan asked.
This one, the white man, is Rick, the 81st ranked assassin on the dark list.
The second one, this white woman, is Fran, a subordinate of a demon from hell.
And this white boy here is Clark, a member of the Blood Clan. All three were sent by hell to take your life. Xia Yangguang explained the identities of the people in the photos. They were all top-notch experts from overseas, and their target was Qin Fan.
What's going on? Qin Fan asked, confused.
You killed Bloody Mary, which made you an enemy of hell. So, hell sent people to retaliate, but our special forces intercepted them at the border, Xia Yangguang said.
I was wondering why no one from hell came after me.
So, you stopped them.
That was unnecessary. Qin Fan said, slightly dissatisfied.
His plan was to kill more people from hell to attract the 72 demon gods and possibly obtain fragments of the Chaos Pearl. Having his targets intercepted was a disruption to his plans.
Xia Yangguang and Tang Jingwu were both stunned by Qin Fan's reaction. Wasn't it a good thing to have these assassins intercepted?
This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Many stronger Western experts have attempted to enter Xiagua.
These experts include members of the three major EX-level organizations, Hell, the Divine Punishers, and the Dragon Knights. Yushu Palace is currently dealing with these global EX organizations, leaving us no time to handle other tasks, Xia Yangguang explained.
This mission takes place on Tian Yun Island, at the maritime border of Xiagua.
Thus, Yushu Palace entrusted it to the Kunlun teams, but they were still uneasy, so they needed a powerful person to oversee the task. That's why I recommended you, Xia Yangguang continued, providing a detailed explanation. It wasn't that Yushu Palace didn't want to act, but they were preoccupied with more formidable enemies, hence, they handed over the tasks within the country to the Kunlun Special Forces, but there was no one within Kunlun who could serve as the linchpin. That's why they chose Qin Fan. I accept, Qin Fan said after hearing the explanation. Since it was to help Xiagua and there was compensation involved, there was no need to refuse.
Do you have any other questions? If not, you can head to Tian Yun Island now.
You can review the mission details on the way, Tang Jingwu said to Qin Fan.
Yes, I have one more question, Qin Fan said.
Please ask.
As long as it's within my authority, I will answer, Tang Jingwu replied. How powerful are the EX organizations? For example, Xianmen is also an EX organization. How much of a chance do you have against them? Qin Fan asked. EX organizations seem to be the greatest threat to him.
Although he didn't think they could pose a significant threat, it was prudent to know one's enemy. This was an opportunity to ask, so he wanted to be thorough.
EX means extraordinary, implying unpredictability. The outcome of a confrontation between any two EX organizations is unpredictable because no one can foresee what an EX organization might deploy.
Therefore, your question is impossible to answer, Tang Jingwu explained.
So, you don't know how strong Xianmen is either? Qin Fan asked. Exactly. The term EX is used because of the unpredictability.
No one knows what trump cards the other side might have.
Hence, any nation or force facing an EX organization will exercise restraint to avoid unpredictable disasters, Tang Jingwu said.
Got it, Qin Fan nodded.
Based on Tang Jingwu's explanation, every EX organization must have some astonishing trump cards.
These trump cards must be valuable. In the future, if hell targets me, don't intercept them. Notify me if you find out, but don't solve it for me, Qin Fan said to Tang Jingwu and Xia Yangguang. Tang Jingwu and Xia Yangguang exchanged glances, puzzled by Qin Fan's unusual request. Of course, Qin Fan had a reason for this request. He wanted to lure out Hell's forces, prompting them to keep sending people until they revealed their trump cards.
Fine, if we discover anything, we will notify you first.
However, if Hell fails 3 times, their subsequent actions will involve stronger individuals, possibly even the 72 demon gods themselves. At that point, we might not be able to intercept them even if we wanted to, Xia Yangguang said. That would be best. Qin Fan considered this good news, indicating that stronger opponents might come, allowing him to search for the Chaos Pearl fragments.
Any other questions? Tang Jingwu asked again.
Just one more, Qin Fan said.
Go ahead, Tang Jingwu replied. I'm curious. Since there is a Yushu Palace, are there also Bio Palace and Baiying Palace? Qin Fan asked. Tang Jingwu laughed at the question and then answered, it's a common question.
I can tell you that there are Bio Palace and Baiying Palace.
In fact, we initially planned to have someone from Bio Palace handle this task. Unfortunately, that individual is difficult to deal with, so we chose someone else.
Baiying Palace, on the other hand, is not a combat organization but an intelligence organization.
Qin Fan nodded. Since the details were likely confidential, he didn't press further.
Afterward, Qin Fan was escorted to the military port by Xia Yangguang's arrangement and then boarded a military vessel to Tian Yun Island. Shortly after Qin Fan left, another group of soldiers arrived at the military port, fully armed.
Leading them was none other than Gu Yanlong. Gu Yanlong's team was tasked with protecting academician Kai Ming Yuan. Captain Gu, thank you for your hard work. We'll take over from here, Colonel Bu Changjian greeted them. Colonel Bu, this isn't right.
Our mission is to escort academician Kai to Tian Yun Island to join Professor Chen, Gu Yanlong said, confused. This was not the task he had been given.
Could the military have lost confidence in him? Chapter 248, Are you a normal man? Captain Gu, we've just received orders from higher up.
Your Jiao team is to remain stationed in Jiangnan. There is no need to proceed to Tian Yun Island, Bu Changging said with a smile.
Impossible.
Marshal Li of the Huaishi Military Command stated that we are the backbone of this mission.
How could the orders change suddenly? Gu Yanlong responded incredulously.
Captain Gu, this message just came from Major General Tang, stating that someone has already been dispatched to Tian Yun Island. The security force there is now sufficient, so you are needed to assist with security in Jiangnan, Bu Changging explained.
Major General Tang from Yushu Palace? Gu Yanlong asked, surprised. Bu Changging nodded. Gu Yanlong found it hard to believe.
According to his information, the elders of Yushu Palace were currently entangled with powerful overseas adversaries and couldn't spare anyone. Otherwise, they wouldn't have entrusted such an important mission to the smaller teams of Kunlun.
Could it be that the deity from Bio Palace has intervened? Gu Yanlong suddenly remembered something and asked immediately. Captain Gu, this is classified military information.
You should know better than to ask or speculate, Bu Changging said with a smile.
Gu Yanlong narrowed his eyes. Although Bu Changging didn't confirm it, Gu had a hunch.
Only the deity from Bio Palace could make both Yushu Palace and the military so assured. This deity was one of the most formidable figures in Xiagua, living alone in Bio Palace and commanding respect even from the leader of Yushu Palace. If she truly intervened, the success of this mission was certain. I understand. I'll lead the Jiao team to station in Jiangnan and assist with security, Gu Yanlong agreed. Bu Changging nodded and then turned to Academician Kai Mingyuan, saying, Academician Kai, I apologize for the inconvenience you faced here in Jiangnan.
Colonel Bu, please don't say that.
We all serve Xiagua, Kai Mingyuan replied immediately.
Academician Kai, let me escort you to the vessel, Bu Changging said.
Kai Mingyuan nodded and followed Bu Changging to board the ship. Academician Kai, we appreciate your dedication to Xiagua, but given your 20 years abroad, we must conduct necessary investigations, Bu Changging said after they boarded.
I understand. In recent years, the West's technological blockade against Xiagua has been extreme, using every underhanded tactic. Madame Chen's experiment could break this blockade and propel Xiagua to the forefront of global technology.
Anyone involved must be thoroughly vetted, Kai Mingyuan said magnanimously. Bu Changging nodded slightly and smiled. Xiagua's rise from poverty to prosperity is thanks to people like you, who forsake comfortable conditions abroad to return and help build our nation.
Colonel Bu, you overpraise me.
Compared to Madame Chen, I am but a firefly against the moon.
Knowing I could participate in her experiment has kept me awake at night.
Academician Kai replied humbly. They continued to exchange compliments until the ship set sail for Tian Yun Island. Meanwhile, Xin Fan had arrived on Tian Yun Island. On the way, he had reviewed the mission details. Tian Yun Island, located at the far end of Xiagua's East Sea, was once a desolate place but was developed into a tourist island 7 years ago. Recently, it was requisitioned for a scientific project, and all tourists were evacuated, with military units stationed there temporarily. Xin Fan's task was to protect the core of the research project. Chen Mengyao and the Earth core Chen Mengyao, a brilliant scientist, returned to Xiagua 7 years ago at the age of 31 and has since achieved numerous high-tech breakthroughs, some deemed futuristic. She is also the eldest daughter of the prestigious Chen family, embodying beauty, talent, and an esteemed lineage.
Few in Xiagua could compare.
However, Xin Fan was more intrigued by the Earth core than by Chen Mengyao herself. The brief description in the documents hinted at its importance. The island's heavy security, with a 5 nautical mile perimeter cleared and patrolled by naval ships, underscored its significance. Upon arriving, Xin Fan was taken to Tian Yun Hotel after multiple layers of verification and checks. His guide, a sharp-looking woman in her 40s wearing a black business suit and glasses, exuded competence. Despite her professional appearance, Xin Fan sensed she was a martial arts master of Grandmaster level, which was impressive. Thank you, Xin Fan said politely. Tian Yun Hotel, built to international 5-star standards, was luxurious. Xin Fan was led through a concealed elevator, where the woman used a special communication device, saying, President Chen, Mr. Xin, recommended by Major General Tang, has arrived.
Where should I take him?
Bring him to my private reception room, a calm female voice responded.
The woman then led Xin Fan into the elevator.
After a retina scan, she pressed the button for a lower level, indicating the exclusive nature of their destination. As the elevator descended, Xin Fan was surprised to find a vast underground space housing military ships and submarines, Xiagua's cutting-edge equipment.
A military base?
Xin Fan thought, astonished. The documents had described Tian Yun Island as a tourist destination, but its core housed a secret military base.
Mr.
Xin, your presence here signifies trust, so you must understand that everything you see is confidential, the woman said. Xin Fan nodded, of course.
Previously, I didn't introduce myself.
Here, I can tell you, I am Guan Tong from Beijing Palace, the woman revealed. Xin Fan was surprised to encounter someone from Beijing Palace so soon. Given its role as an intelligence-gathering organization, it made sense for their top operatives to be stationed at such a critical site.
Mr.
Xin, if not for Major General Tang and Marshal Xiao's strong recommendations, we wouldn't have trusted you due to your mysterious background.
However, you've proven your loyalty by eliminating many of Xiagua's enemies. We decided to give you a chance. Do not betray our trust, Guan Tong warned.
I repay loyalty tenfold, Xin Fan responded.
Xin Fan, not wanting to clash with Xiagua's military, was willing to reciprocate their trust with genuine cooperation.
Guan Tong nodded, leading Xin Fan to a door, which she knocked on, saying, President Chen, he has arrived. Let him in, a melodious voice replied. Xin Fan entered a simple reception room and saw a woman in a white lab coat with her hair neatly tied up. Her beauty and mature demeanor were striking.
This woman was undoubtedly Chen Mengyao. She scrutinized Xin Fan and asked, Are you a normal man? Chapter 249, Black Technology. Are you a normal man? Chen Mangyao question left Qin Fan momentarily stunned. It was their first meeting, and such a direct inquiry caught him off guard. Well, answer me. Are you a normal man or not? Chen Mangyao pressed, seeing his hesitation. Your question offends me. If I weren't bound by my promise to protect you, you'd be dead by now, Qin Fan replied coldly. Chen Mangyao was taken aback but stepped closer until their noses were almost touching. Her beauty was striking, with delicate features, starry eyes, and fiery red lips. Her mature allure could captivate any man, yet Qin Fan remained unfazed. Ms. Chen, you should show me some respect. Otherwise, I might terminate this mission at any moment, and if I lose my temper, I could get rough, Qin Fan warned, his tone icy. Chen Mangyao, sensing his indifference, didn't seem frightened but took a step back. You're quite handsome and were recommended by Tang Jingwu, so I assume you're a formidable man. Your harsh words suggest you're normal enough, she said. Qin Fan's face darkened. What about me doesn't seem normal? It's not about you, it's about the men around me, Chen Mangyao replied, waving her hand dismissively. The men around you? Qin Fan was puzzled. You'll understand soon enough, Chen Mangyao said, walking toward an inner room. I'm going to change. You'll join me for dinner shortly. Qin Fan nodded, treating it as part of his protective duties. When Chen Mangyao emerged, she had swapped her lab coat for a beige sweater and tight black leather pants that accentuated her long, shapely legs. She had transformed from a scientist into a sophisticated urban beauty, exuding confidence in her appearance. Chen Mangyao looked at Qin Fan, anticipating his reaction. Yet, his expression remained unchanged, much to her surprise. It was the first time a man showed no reaction to her looks. Aren't you a normal man? She asked again. Do you want me to tell you you're beautiful? Qin Fan retorted. Chen Mangyao was momentarily speechless. Honestly, I've seen women who are no less beautiful than you, Qin Fan said bluntly. Her face turned cold. I'd like to know who these women are. That's irrelevant to the mission, Qin Fan replied, disinterested. He didn't bother mentioning the celestial beauties he had encountered in the cultivation world. Compared to them, Chen Mengyao's looks were on par with Lin Qingyan, Jiang Qingning, and Lu Ziyan, all of whom were equally stunning. Chen Mengyao glared at him but dropped the subject. Let's go eat. Make sure to behave properly. Qin Fan frowned, sensing an ulterior motive behind the dinner. He followed Chen Mengyao back to the hotel, taking another glance at the submarines and ships in the underground dock. Interested? Chen Mengyao asked suddenly. I'm wondering if I could destroy them with one strike, Qin Fan replied. Chen Mengyao was shocked, thinking, is this man sane? But instead, she smiled mischievously. These submarines and ships are built with black technology. Black technology? Qin Fan asked, puzzled. Black technology, or, refers to advancements beyond current knowledge and understanding. For instance, the Nuwa-class submarine here can dive twice as deep as the deepest current records, exceeding 2,500 meters. Its underwater speed is 4 times the fastest. Such durability in the black tech weapons it carries could obliterate North America in one salvo, Chen Mengyao explained. Then why doesn't Xiagwei use it against North America, given their oppression? Qin Fan inquired. Because North America has black technology too. Using them would lead to mutual destruction and the end of humanity. These things are more showpieces than practical weapons, Chen Mengyao sighed. If only we had technology to destroy them without harming ourselves. I don't understand this, Qin Fan shrugged. Chen Mengyao smiled and entered the elevator. Miss Chen, are you heading to dinner? Which restaurant do you prefer? A mechanical female voice asked as they stepped in. Qin Fan frowned, reminded of the spirit in his old car, though this one seemed less sophisticated. The Western restaurant on the 3rd floor. I want a steak, prepare a couple's meal, Chen Mengyao ordered. A couple's meal? Qin Fan looked at her, surprised. Just using you as a shield, Chen Mengyao said with a faint smile. Qin Fan sighed. It seemed his protection mission included acting as a decoy. Alright, I've done this before, one more time won't hurt. You've done this before? Chen Mengyao asked, curious. That's personal. Just tell me what you need, Qin Fan replied. Simple. Act like my intimate boyfriend, Chen Mengyao said. To ward off whom? Qin Fan asked. My suitor. He's persistent and annoying, Chen Mengyao said. To pursue you, he must be quite remarkable, Qin Fan noted. Indeed. That's why I chose you, the perfect candidate. Perform well, and you might get an unexpected reward, Chen Mengyao said with a flirtatious glance. My dear, shall we? Qin Fan said gently, smiling. Chen Mengyao was momentarily stunned, thinking she might have met her match. She then took his arm intimately as they exited the elevator, heading to a brightly lit restaurant. Chapter 251, No Need for a Dog Like You. Brother Qin, you misunderstand me. This is our first meeting, how could I harbor any ill will toward you? Yi Zifeng said in response to Qin Fan's words. After speaking, he turned to Lu Yang and said, Lu Yang, Brother Qin is recognized by Major General Tang, which means he is acknowledged by Yushu Palace. His strength is certainly extraordinary. I don't care about anyone's recognition. I only trust actual combat. Fight me and defeat me, then I will respect you. Lu Yang retorted stubbornly, ignoring Yi Zifeng's persuasion. Lu Yang, stop causing trouble. This research is extremely important. We need to prioritize the bigger picture and avoid conflicts, Yi Zifeng continued to persuade. No, I refuse. This concerns the dignity of Tian Yun's sect. Lu Yang insisted belligerently. This. Yi Zifeng, looking helpless, turned to Qin Fan. Brother Qin, I really can't persuade him. Lu Yang is the favored disciple of the Tian Yun sect master, hence his arrogance. Tian Yun's sect was a secluded sect, one that supported the Yi family from the shadows, belonging to the quasi-supreme power. Stop pretending. If you want to fight, I'll accept, but bear all the consequences yourself. Qin Fan said impatiently, glancing at Yi Zifeng's hypocritical expression. Hearing this, Yi Zifeng's face turned slightly cold as he looked at Lu Yang. I won't fight you for nothing. If I win, you leave Tian Yun Island and never approach Miss Chen again. Lu Yang shouted loudly. And if I win? Qin Fan countered. If you win, I'll do 3 things for you. Lu Yang said solemnly. You are not even my equal. Why would I need you to do anything for me? There are plenty of people who can help me, I don't need a dog like you. Qin Fan replied dismissively. Lu Yang felt humiliated being called a dog by Qin Fan, a grave insult to a grandmaster of martial arts. Furious, he raised a hand, a powerful palm strike condensing and slamming toward Qin Fan. Qin Fan swiftly flung a fork from his hand. Whoosh! The fork whistled through the air, piercing through the powerful palm strike, neutralizing it, and continued flying towards Lu Yang's hand. Crack! Lu Yang caught the flying fork and crushed it instantly, then bent his right leg and delivered a powerful kick. Bang! A loud crash sounded as the chair Qin Fan was sitting on was shattered by Lu Yang's kick, but Qin Fan had already stood up. As Qin Fan stood, Lu Yang attacked again, his fist thundering towards Qin Fan's head with lethal intent. This punch was deadly, aiming to kill. Naturally, it was impossible for Qin Fan to be harmed. He merely sidestepped, evading the punch. The punch, missing its target, struck a nearby table and chairs. Boom! A loud explosion ensued, the furniture splintering instantly, and the powerful force turned into a shockwave, sending the untrained Chen Mengyao flying. Ah! Chen Mengyao screamed mid-air. Lu Yang's ruthless attack took everyone by surprise, especially for someone like Chen Mengyao, who had no cultivation. It was a disaster. Seeing Chen Mengyao being blown away, Yi Zifeng's face changed. He rushed forward, trying to catch her. However, as he was about to reach her, Chen Mengyao's body halted abruptly, then with a whoosh, flew in another direction. Chen Mengyao, bewildered by everything, found herself safely landing in Qin Fan's arms when she regained her senses. She stared at Qin Fan in astonishment, asking, Did you catch me in mid-air? Instead of answering, Qin Fan asked, Would there be trouble if I killed him here? Chen Mengyao's face changed color, and she quickly said, No, you can't. During a military operation, an unexpected death would cause significant trouble. It might even affect the upcoming experiment. Moreover, he is the personal disciple of the Tian Yun sect master. If you kill him, the Tian Yun sect will surely seek revenge. Just teach him a lesson. Your life is spared. Qin Fan set Chen Mengyao down and directed his gaze at Lu Yang. Qin Fan didn't care about the Tian Yun sect's revenge, but Chen Mengyao was right. Killing someone now could disrupt the experiment, which would contradict his purpose here. Thus, he suppressed his killing intent and decided to teach a lesson instead.
At this moment, Lu Yang stared at Qin Fan with a grim expression. All his attacks had been effortlessly neutralized by Qin Fan, which he found unbelievable.
Who are you? You clearly have no trace of true energy, yet possess such strength? Lu Yang asked, his face stern. True energy?
Qin Fan sneered, I've long surpassed the need for true energy. For cultivators in the qi refining stage, their bodies contain true energy. But once they reach the foundation establishment stage, true energy evolves into magical power, marking their departure from the mortal realm.
Still relying on true energy meant being forever bound to the mortal plane surpassed the need for true energy? Lu Yang scoffed, you must have cultivated some demonic technique. A devil like you deserves to die.
With that, he accelerated, creating multiple afterimages as he surrounded Qin Fan.
Thousand shadows flash.
This was Tian Yun sect's top-level agility technique. Combined with their martial arts, it rendered one indefensible.
Lu Yang's figure flickered around Qin Fan, afterimages appearing with streaks of electricity.
Using the afterimages to confuse Qin Fan, Lu Yang sought an opening to deliver a fatal blow. Despite the restaurant's limited space, Lu Yang maneuvered effortlessly, showcasing the technique's finesse and his mastery. Meanwhile, Yi Zifeng watched calmly, waiting for Lu Yang to land a heavy strike. Chen Mengyao, however, turned to the burly man and shouted, Lu Jun, why are you still knitting?
Go stop Lu Yang.
She could tell Qin Fan was powerful, but as they were pretending to be a couple, she couldn't stand by and let him be in danger. Well, Lu Jun replied in a gruff voice, Miss Chen, I'm here to protect you.
Your little lover isn't my concern. Chen Mengyao's face darkened.
Her frustration stemmed from this quirky bodyguard who drove her to question Qin Fan's normalcy. Having a peculiar bodyguard constantly around made her wary.
If another abnormal man appeared, she'd lose her mind. Miss Chen, why worry? Your little lover's skill in telekinesis shows his strength.
He'll be fine, Lu Jun said, continuing to knit. Just as he finished speaking, Lu Yang suddenly emerged from an afterimage, his right hand forming a knife, striking at Qin Fan's neck.
But Qin Fan swiftly extended his hand, grabbing Lu Yang's neck, his powerful grip instantly neutralizing Lu Yang's attack.
Lu Yang's eyes widened in disbelief as he stared at Qin Fan. He couldn't comprehend how Qin Fan had effortlessly dismantled his attack. In the next moment, Qin Fan flung Lu Yang to the ground with immense force.
Chapter 252, Earth's Core. Bang!
A thunderous crash echoed as Lu Yang hit the ground, the sound of bones breaking accompanying his fall. He lay there, groaning in pain.
Catch your dog!
Qin Fan's voice rang out, and then he lifted his foot and kicked Lu Yang, sending him flying. Lu Yang's body arched like a cooked shrimp, hurtling towards Yi Zifeng, who was watching from the sidelines.
Yi Zifeng's face changed dramatically.
He had no time to react before Lu Yang crashed into him, sending both of them flying through the air.
Crash!
The sound of shattering glass filled the air as Lu Yang and Yi Zifeng broke through the restaurant window, landing with a splash in the pool outside. Everyone present was stunned, then hurried to the broken window. Yi Zifeng, the eldest grandson of the Yi family and a future heir, had been kicked into the pool. They were certain Yi Zifeng wouldn't let this slide.
Ha, Brother Qin, your strength is indeed extraordinary. I am thoroughly impressed.
Unexpectedly, when Yi Zifeng climbed out of the pool, he wasn't angry. Instead, he stood below, looking up at Qin Fan and the others, laughing heartily as if genuinely subdued by Qin Fan's prowess. As for Lu Yang, he was carried out of the water by Yi Zifeng and thrown onto the poolside. Medical robots from the hotel arrived promptly, placing him on a stretcher for emergency treatment. Qin Fan glanced at Yi Zifeng without a word and then turned his gaze to Chen Mengyao.
Chen Mengyao was equally surprised and puzzled by Yi Zifeng's reaction. She muttered to herself, he actually held back? Is this really the perverse Yi Zifeng? Clean this up and order more food, Qin Fan instructed Chen Mengyao.
Chen Mengyao snapped back to reality and quickly made arrangements. Soon, numerous staff and intelligent robots arrived to clean up the scene. Before long, Qin Fan and Chen Mengyao were back at their table, eating steak. Is your strength really that formidable?
Chen Mengyao couldn't help but ask.
It's all right, Qin Fan responded nonchalantly. You easily taught Lu Yang a lesson, and he's a grandmaster, albeit just at the entry level. Your strength must be remarkable, Chen Mengyao said with a smile.
Is that bald man your bodyguard?
Qin Fan asked, changing the subject, uninterested in discussing his strength. Chen Mengyao sighed, holding her forehead, and explained, I asked my family for a strong, very manly man to be my bodyguard.
You originally intended to use him as a shield? Qin Fan inquired. Chen Mengyao nodded, sighing again. Yes, this guy's name is Lu Jun. He looks intimidating and is very strong, much stronger than Lu Yang. But he's gay and a bottom. Gay and a bottom? Qin Fan shuddered, understanding the implication with such a person as a bodyguard. How can he serve as a shield? Having him around all the time gives me goosebumps.
So I asked the military to find me another bodyguard, and fortunately, you came, Chen Mengyao explained.
So that's why you asked if I was a normal man, Qin Fan said, exasperated. With the perverse Yi Zifeng and the gay Lu Jun around me, who could tolerate it?
Chen Mengyao said, taking another bite of steak. But I never expected Major General Tang to choose such an excellent man for me.
We should celebrate with a spa after dinner. A spa? Don't you have experiments? Qin Fan asked. The experiments won't start for a few days. During this time, we can relax. You can keep me company.
I really think you're great, and having you as a temporary lover is wonderful, Chen Mengyao said, trying to feed Qin Fan a piece of steak.
Lover? Do you always put your lovers in deadly situations?
Qin Fan rejected her affectionate gesture. How did I put you in a deadly situation?
Chen Mengyao retorted.
You're making me an enemy of Yi Zifeng, the eldest grandson of one of the 5 great families in Xiagua.
Isn't that putting me in a deadly situation?
Qin Fan stared at Chen Mengyao. Chen Mengyao, feeling guilty, averted her gaze and said, I do have a marriage contract with Yi Zifeng, but it's been cancelled.
I'm not lying.
It's just that Yi Zifeng is so overbearing that even after the contract was cancelled, he keeps pestering me.
I had no other choice.
Moreover, I did request a strong bodyguard capable of standing up to the Yi family.
Who knew Tianlu woman would send a gay guy? I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Qin Fan listened silently, staring at Chen Mengyao. Feeling Qin Fan's intense gaze, Chen Mengyao's scalp tingled and her back chilled. She felt like a beast was eyeing her, ready to strike at any moment.
What do you want as compensation?
Chen Mengyao asked tentatively, seeing Qin Fan's silence. I want to see the Earth's core, Qin Fan said.
No. Chen Mengyao immediately refused. Why not? Qin Fan asked. The Earth's core is a national treasure of Xiagua, an absolute secret.
If I let you see it without authorization, I would be charged with treason, Chen Mengyao explained.
Can you at least tell me what the Earth's core is? Qin Fan asked.
After thinking for a moment, Chen Mengyao said, I can tell you roughly. The Earth's core seems to be a divine artifact connected to the future.
A divine artifact connected to the future?
Qin Fan was intrigued.
Black technology refers to technology far beyond our current capabilities.
These black technologies come from the Earth's core, Chen Mengyao explained.
So the Earth's core contains information on black technology? Qin Fan asked. We're not sure.
It might be that the Earth's core itself contains these technologies, or it could be that the Earth's core is a conduit to a future time. Someone in that future time might be transmitting technology to our era, with the Earth's core serving as the receiver. In any case, the Earth's core is incredibly mysterious, and no one can definitively explain what it is. That's why it's called a divine artifact, Chen Mengyao explained.
Qin Fan was deeply shocked. Especially by the second hypothesis.
If true, the Earth's core might connect to the river of time, with someone in the future continuously sending information upstream. To achieve this, one must control the Tao of time and move against the current of time, a feat beyond even immortals.
The Tao of time. Could the Earth's core be related to the Chaos Pearl?
Qin Fan pondered, recalling the Chaos Pearl.
Chapter 253, Explosion. In the ensuing days, life on Tian Yun Island indeed became a vacation.
Qin Fan stayed by Chen Mengyao's side, protecting her, while she played with abandon, resembling a carefree young woman rather than a scientist on the verge of a significant experiment. The night before the experiment arrived swiftly. Given the critical nature of the upcoming experiment, the participating researchers were understandably tense, and with a major test looming, the island's atmosphere grew even more anxious. To alleviate this tension, Chen Mengyao decided to throw a lively beach party. The beach was transformed with not only barbecues but also a concert, utilizing holographic projections. Any beloved star could appear on the beach as if they were performing live.
Xie Shadong. I want Xie Shadong.
Some researchers shouted for Xie Shadong, and Shen Mengyao used her advanced technology system to project an incredibly lifelike image of Xie Shadong, performing on the spot.
One female star after another took the stage, including internet celebrity singers.
To Qin Fan's surprise, the most popular star was the newly debuted Xiang Shui, who had been in the industry for only a few months. Xiang Shui.
Xiang Shui. Wife Xiang Shui. I love you, wife Xiang Shui.
The young researchers screamed frantically at the holographic Xiang Shui, who even responded with various actions. Qin Fan, seeing the projection's reactions, almost believed Xiang Shui was actually present. Her expressions and speech bore an uncanny resemblance to the real Xiang Shui.
Which star do you like?
I can project them for you, said Chen Mengyao mischievously, flaunting her bikini-clad figure.
None, Qin Fan replied. Don't be shy.
Based on big data, I can ensure a minimum of 60% similarity, Chen Mengyao teased.
Really, none, Qin Fan insisted. I thought you were pretty good, but you seem a bit dull, not interested in much.
Oh, except food, Chen Mengyao said, batting her alluring eyes at him. My interests are beyond your understanding, Qin Fan retorted.
Oh, I know plenty, not just about science, Chen Mengyao provocatively responded. Do you know about immortality cultivation? Qin Fan asked. Immortality cultivation? Chen Mengyao was taken aback. Do you actually believe in that? Do you understand it or not? Qin Fan pressed. No, and in this world, practicing martial arts is one thing, but immortality? That's pure fiction. You must read too many web novels, Chen Mengyao teased. Qin Fan didn't bother to explain. Brother Qin, how about a speedboat race?
A sudden voice interrupted. Yi Zifeng, wearing beach shorts, approached Qin Fan and Chen Mengyao.
A speedboat race? Qin Fan frowned at Yi Zifeng.
Since that day, Yi Zifeng had not troubled Qin Fan. In fact, he had sent gifts to thank Qin Fan for sparing Lu Yang. This made Yi Zifeng seem magnanimous. Qin Fan later learned that Yi Zifeng had become the director of the investment department at the Black Technology Research Institute to pursue Chen Mengyao. The Yi family had invested significantly in black technology research and development. Yes, let's race, Yi Zifeng pointed towards the sea where speedboats were racing.
Brother Qin, tomorrow is the big experiment. After that, we might not see each other often, so let's have some fun.
We didn't get to know each other until after a scuffle, so let's bond over this race, Yi Zifeng suggested with a friendly smile.
I want in too, Chen Mengyao interjected eagerly.
Sure, together or alone, it's up to you, Yi Zifeng replied. Of course together, I'm with Qin Fan.
Chen Mengyao exclaimed, dragging Qin Fan towards the speedboats. There are no double boats left, Brother Qin.
Why don't you take a solo ride first, and when a double boat is available, you can ride with Mengyao, Yi Zifeng said, looking at the lone remaining single boat while others raced on the sea. Qin Fan, you go first, I'll wait, Chen Mengyao suggested. Alright, Qin Fan agreed, climbing onto the speedboat and starting it. The engine roared to life, and the boat surged forward, leaving a trail of waves. Good luck.
Chen Mengyao shouted, getting drenched by the spray.
Brother Qin is quite skilled, I thought he wouldn't know how to ride, Yi Zifeng remarked, watching Qin Fan speed away.
He's very capable, Chen Mengyao replied, glancing at Yi Zifeng. Suddenly, a loud engine roar caught their attention.
A speedboat zoomed across the water at an incredible speed, seemingly custom-modified, slicing through the waves.
Lu Yang! Chen Mengyao exclaimed.
The driver of the unusually fast speedboat was none other than Lu Yang, whom Qin Fan had previously defeated. Lu Yang may not match Qin Fan in martial arts, but he's unmatched on the sea, especially with speedboats, Yi Zifeng said with a smile.
Are you up to something? Chen Mengyao's face changed as she questioned Yi Zifeng's intentions.
She knew Yi Zifeng too well to believe he had let go of his grudge against Qin Fan, especially after the humiliation at the restaurant. Her suspicion grew when Yi Zifeng proposed the speedboat race, prompting her to join Qin Fan for safety. However, with no double boats available, she decided to wait. Now, she had a bad feeling that Yi Zifeng had ulterior motives.
On the water, Qin Fan sped along, with Lu Yang rapidly closing in.
Qin Fan, you're strong, I admit, but speedboats are my specialty.
Let's compete in this instead of martial arts, Lu Yang shouted as he approached.
Qin Fan ignored him, just wanting to enjoy the ride since he had never raced speedboats before.
Seeing Qin Fan's indifference, Lu Yang persisted, determined to race.
Other sea enthusiasts soon joined, surrounding Qin Fan's speedboat.
Want to see some fireworks? Yi Zifeng asked Chen Mengyao, watching the scene unfold. Fireworks? Chen Mengyao was puzzled. Boom!
As she hesitated, a deafening explosion echoed across the sea. Chapter 254, All Madmen.
Boom! A deafening explosion shook Chen Mengyao's heart.
She saw a colossal blast 300 meters away, where Qin Fan had been speeding across the water. A pillar of water shot tens of meters into the sky, followed by enormous waves engulfing everyone on the surface, with Qin Fan disappearing in an instant. The immense force of the explosion created massive waves, spreading in all directions, covering a radius of over 300 meters before subsiding back into the sea.
Chen Mengyao's pupils contracted as she glared at Yi Zifeng. You planted mines in the water.
Then she screamed, "Save him!
It's pointless.
This is the super mine you developed with your black technology. Even a steel warship would be obliterated," Yi Zifeng replied with a triumphant smile. And now, Qin Fan, riding that speedboat, has already turned to dust. Chen Mengyao felt a chill run through her as she faced Yi Zifeng's devilish grin. The super mine she developed, named Raging Wave, had the power to instantly destroy a 5,000-ton steel warship.
You're truly insane,
Chen Mengyao said, her face pale as she stared at Yi Zifeng, her body trembling. Daring to touch my woman means death, Yi Zifeng smiled, considering Qin Fan's death deserved.
Do you realize it wasn't just Qin Fan out there?
Even your good friend Liu Yang was there, along with many innocent people.
How could you involve them? Chen Mengyao demanded. So what?
Liu Yang is useless against Qin Fan, so what good is he?
Finding another dog is easy.
As for the others, they're insignificant ants, easily disposable, Yi Zifeng coldly responded.
Chen Mengyao shook her head, realizing Yi Zifeng was a true psychopath.
Yi Zifeng, Qin Fan was brought here by General Tang of the Jade Void Palace.
How will you explain this to him and to the Jade Void Palace? Explain?
Yi Zifeng laughed derisively. Mengyao, have you forgotten my status?
Forgotten yours? Do you think the Chun family would allow him to be your lover? The Yi family won't let him off either.
I respect the Jade Void Palace, but they must also respect the Yi family and Tian Yun sect.
Yi Zifeng pounded his chest. I am the eldest grandson of the Yi family, its heir. Who is Qin Fan? Even if I kill his entire family, what can he do?
Chen Mengyao stared at Yi Zifeng, expressionless, but she knew he spoke the harsh truth.
Some are born in humble circumstances, while others are born into privilege. Yi Zifeng was born a prodigy, eliminating all competitors to become the Yi family's heir.
Compared to him, Qin Fan was insignificant.
You'll never have me, Yi Zifeng, Chen Mengyao suddenly declared.
Yi Zifeng was momentarily stunned, his face twitching before slowly turning back to a gentle smile.
Mengyao, don't worry, I'll wait. You'll change your mind. Madman. Chen Mengyao cursed, turning away.
Yi Zifeng watched her leave, his smile fading into a cold sneer.
Chen Mengyao, you have no choice.
At the hotel entrance, Chen Mengyao, draped in a shawl, stopped and instructed Lu Jun, who had silently followed, go, retrieve him.
Miss Chen, that's your raging wave. Even I would be blown to bits. Only a divine realm expert might survive, Lu Jun said in his effeminate voice. Just go. Chen Mengyao ordered. Fine, fine. No need to be so fierce, Lu Jun whined, taking a few men to search for Qin Fan. Are there no normal men around?
Chen Mengyao muttered, stomping her foot, then returned to her room to prepare for tomorrow's experiment. Yet, as she entered, she felt drained, collapsing onto her bed.
Chen Mengyao.
A cold voice startled her. She turned to see Qin Fan, hands clasped, staring intently at her.
Qin Fan. Are you a ghost? Chen Mengyao stammered, trembling. Do you think I'm a ghost? Qin Fan's voice was low and icy. I didn't kill you. If you're a ghost, go haunt Yi Zifeng, not me.
Chen Mengyao screamed in terror. Yi Zifeng will pay, but you are more culpable. My vengeance starts with you, Qin Fan said coldly, raising his hand.
Ah!
Chen Mengyao screamed as she was pulled to him. Qin Fan gripped her chin. You started this.
How will you compensate me? Chen Mengyao, feeling Qin Fan's warmth, realized he was alive. You didn't die? That pitiful bomb?
100 more wouldn't kill me, Qin Fan sneered.
Chen Mengyao was stunned. 100? That's the power of a nuclear bomb. Even nuclear bombs couldn't kill him? Chen Mengyao, everyone thinks I'm dead.
I need to see the Earth's core, Qin Fan said.
Chen Mengyao's eyes widened.
Qin Fan was using his presumed death to access the Earth's core.
He was mad too.
All right, she agreed, gritting her teeth.
Tomorrow, disguise yourself as a technician.
I'll take you there.
Chapter 255, Collecting some interest first.
Qin Fan, I've already agreed to take you to see the Earth's core tomorrow. Why are you still here? After agreeing to Qin Fan's request, Chen Mengyao expected him to leave. However, to her surprise, Qin Fan settled onto the sofa with no intention of departing. I'm practically a dead man, where else would I go?
Qin Fan responded. You want to spend the night alone with a woman like me? Chen Mengyao pulled the blanket over herself hurriedly.
Wearing nothing but a bikini, the idea of being alone with a man filled her with unease. Your appearance and figure are indeed commendable, but rest assured, I am not interested, Qin Fan said indifferently.
Chen Mengyao didn't know whether to feel relieved or insulted by his words.
Relieved that he harbored no ill intentions, but insulted that he found her unattractive despite her looks.
Did this mean her charm was failing? Miss, a voice called from outside, neither masculine nor feminine. It was Lu Jun. Hearing Lu Jun's voice, Chen Mengyao's face lit up with joy. She hoped Lu Jun would enter and escort Qin Fan out.
But seeing Qin Fan's mocking smile, a chill ran down her spine. If even the advanced tech water mine Raging Tide couldn't kill him, Lu Jun would be no match.
What is it? Chen Mengyao called out loudly. Miss Chen, we've sent people to search the sea, but no one was found, Lu Jun's saccharine voice reported.
Fuck, Qin Fan muttered, remembering Lu Jun was a bald, burly man. The contrast made his teeth ache, and he couldn't help but silently curse. Chen Mengyao inwardly cursed, he's right here, but loudly replied, understood, don't disturb me again.
I'll go find my honey then. Bye, Miss Chen, Lu Jun chirped.
Damn, truly a devilish character, Qin Fan muttered. Soon, Lu Jun left, and Chen Mengyao turned to Qin Fan, I need to take a shower.
What are you planning? Go ahead. Even if you were in armor, it wouldn't matter, Qin Fan replied. Mortal clothing couldn't block his spiritual sense, allowing him to see anything, though he had no desire to peek. How did you survive the Raging Tide mine's blast?
I know its power well, Chen Mengyao continued, still wary. It is indeed powerful, capable of injuring a cultivator at the early stage of Foundation establishment, Qin Fan said. The mine's power could harm low-tier Foundation establishment cultivators but was ineffective against higher ones. As a mid-stage nascent soul cultivator, Qin Fan would only be injured by a 1,000-fold increase in power.
Foundation establishment? Chen Mengyao's mouth twitched. She thought, this man is delusional, thinking he's a cultivator. Maybe Yusu Palace gave him some protection.
Qin Fan didn't explain, whether she believed him or not was irrelevant.
His focus was on the Earth's core, awaiting the Chaos Pearl's response to see if he could claim it. How do you plan to deal with Yi Zifeng? Chen Mengyao suddenly asked. He threatened to destroy my entire clan and everyone around me. I'll annihilate his clan first, Qin Fan replied nonchalantly. Destroy the Yi clan? Chen Mengyao laughed. Do you know their strength?
There's no need to know, Qin Fan responded.
Chen Mengyao laughed louder. Do you realize the Yi clan has a quasi-legendary warrior? Quasi-legendary?
Qin Fan was intrigued.
Why do you think the 5 great families of Xia Kingdom have persisted for millennia?
Because each has a quasi-legendary warrior, Chen Mengyao explained.
How powerful is a quasi-legendary warrior? Qin Fan asked. Yusu Palace is an X-level organization.
Its leader, known as the Primordial Celestial, is a quasi-legendary warrior, surpassing the divine realm and approaching legendary status like a martial saint, Chen Mengyao said. Surpassing the divine realm is called a martial saint, Qin Fan mused. He suspected the divine realm was equivalent to Foundation establishment, and beyond that to nascent soul, albeit the lowest tier. Even so, Qin Fan's strength meant he could handle hundreds of the lowest tier nascent souls. For a quasi-legendary, it was akin to facing a condensed nascent soul, still manageable for him.
Fine, if you see it that way.
The Yi clan strongman is the former head of Yusu Palace, the previous Primordial Celestial.
Do you still want to destroy them? Chen Mengyao asked.
Xin Fan was slightly surprised but remained calm. I always follow through on my words. Chen Mengyao didn't believe him and didn't wish to continue the conversation.
Does your Chen family have such a person too? Xin Fan asked.
Of course.
Without such strength, how could we remain one of Xia Kingdom's 5 great families?
We have powerful support from hidden sects and our own strength, Chen Mengyao explained. Xin Fan pondered her words and then said, the Yi clan is insignificant to me, but those around me might find them troublesome. Therefore, I'll give your Chen family a chance to become my servants and deal with the Yi clan's minions.
Make the Chen family your servants? Chen Mengyao stared at him as if he were mad but was curious about his intentions. What do you propose?
Simple.
Become my woman, and I'll make you the head of the Chen family, Xin Fan said with a faint smile. Chen Mengyao's face changed. What do you mean? Be my woman, what else could it mean? Xin Fan smiled. And since Yi Zifeng is so fond of you, I'll collect some interest first.
As he spoke, Xin Fan snapped his fingers, causing Chen Mengyao's bedding and clothes to fly into the air.
Ah!
Chen Mengyao screamed, but it quickly turned into soft moans.
Chapter 256, The Executor of Divine Punishment. In the presidential suite of the hotel, Yi Zifeng sat on the sofa wearing a bathrobe. Before him stood a man and a woman. Young master, what do you think of this woman? Yi Zifeng's subordinate asked respectfully. Yi Zifeng glanced at the woman standing beside his subordinate. Her attire and appearance were remarkably similar to Chen Mengyao.
Not bad, Yi Zifeng nodded in satisfaction. Young master, I will take my leave then, the subordinate said with a smile. He had gone to great lengths to please Yi Zifeng by recruiting women in Xia Kingdom and using cosmetic surgery to make them resemble Chen Mengyao.
What is Mengyao doing?
Yi Zifeng suddenly asked. Young master, Miss Chen has not left her room since she returned, the subordinate replied promptly.
Keep a close watch on that wretched woman.
If any man gets close to her, kill him.
I want to see which man dares to approach her, Yi Zifeng said coldly.
Understood, young master, the subordinate responded before exiting the room and closing the door. The woman who resembled Chen Mengyao had finished her shower and approached Yi Zifeng in a bathrobe, speaking coquettishly, Young master, Yao Yao is here to serve you.
Yi Zifeng's lips curled into a sinister smile as he looked at the woman. Chen Mengyao, he growled. The woman shuddered at Yi Zifeng's expression. Bitch, how dare you reject me? Let's see if you dare to be with another man. Yi Zifeng roared, venting his anger.
The woman, already faint from crying twice, bore visible wounds on her body. Despite her pleas that she wasn't Chen Mengyao, Yi Zifeng's wrath only intensified.
Zifeng, please.
I'm not Chen Mengyao, the woman sobbed, but her resemblance to Chen Mengyao sealed her fate.
Zifeng, please, Yao Yao was wrong. Please, spare me, she begged. Do you know what I really want to do to you? Yi Zifeng's eyes glinted with a savage intensity. Zifeng, I'll do anything you want. Please, just let me go, the woman pleaded. I'm going to kill you, you wretched woman. How dare you refuse me? I'll kill you.
Yi Zifeng raved, his hands tightening around her neck. The woman's face turned red, her eyes bulging. In her final moments, she realized why the other women, surgically altered to look like Chen Mengyao, had disappeared.
Yi Zifeng was a demon.
Regret filled her eyes before they dimmed and life faded from her body, leaving her dead at Yi Zifeng's hands. Seeing the lifeless woman, Yi Zifeng exhaled, his rage spent. He picked up his phone and dialed, "Come and clean up this trash." After hanging up, he gazed at his phone's wallpaper of Chen Mengyao and muttered, "Chen Mengyao, I will have you.
In Chen Mengyao's room. I'll kill you. I'll kill you."
Chen Mengyao cried, tears streaming down her face as she glared at the composed Xin Fan. Her chastity, guarded for 31 years, was lost to someone she had known for only a few days.
Kill me? Xin Fan sneered, your bombs couldn't do it. What makes you think you can?
Chen Mengyao sobbed, recalling how he emerged unscathed from the raging tide mine. How could she possibly kill him?
How dare you? How could you do this to me? I'm the eldest daughter of the Chen family, she wept.
This is your punishment for pitting me against the Yi family, and interest collected from Yi Zifeng, Xin Fan said coolly.
You bastard. You were supposed to protect me. How could you do this? I have no dignity left, she cried.
Yes, I will protect you, Xin Fan said, looking at her. Not only that, but I will also help you become the head of the Chen family.
Chen Mengyao stopped crying. You can really do that? Simple.
Kill all the Chen heirs, leaving you as the sole successor, Qin Fan said indifferently. Chen Mengyao was stunned by the ruthlessness of the method.
But that's just one way.
I have many ways to make you the head of the Chen family, Qin Fan added. Chen Mengyao wiped her tears. If you can make me the head of the Chen family, being your woman wouldn't be a problem, but if you can't, I'll use every black technology at my disposal to kill you, no matter the cost. Qin Fan grasped her chin. Forget it.
There's no way to kill me on this planet.
Chen Mengyao's anger burned, but she also felt an inexplicable complexity within her heart. If you cultivated, you would be enamored with dual cultivation with me, Qin Fan said, his eyes fixed on her.
What's dual cultivation? She asked, confused by his gaze. You don't know?
Qin Fan replied with a smile. No, she said softly. Under the cover of night, 3 nautical miles off Tian Yun Island, a dark object silently approached. It was a submarine, moving like a ghost in the water, undetected even by nearby sea creatures. This advanced submarine was a product of black technology. The submarine surfaced a mile from Tian Yun Island, and several men in black emerged. Leading them was a towering blonde man, at least 2 meters tall, with a muscular build. Lord Gabriel, Xia Kingdom has indeed spared no effort in their defense.
If we weren't prepared, we wouldn't have gotten this close, said a black man beside Gabriel, observing Tian Yun Island through binoculars.
No matter their preparations, they can't stop us, Gabriel said coldly. His team nodded in agreement.
Our mission, raid Tian Yun Island and seize the Earth's core.
Failure is not an option for the executors of divine punishment.
Move out. Gabriel ordered, his face grim. Chapter 257, Raid. Tian Yun Hotel, Luxury Suite. Honey, I'll come to the eastern capital to see you as soon as the mission is over.
I miss you so much, Lu Jun said, holding a tablet and video chatting with a pale, slender man. And how is Miss Chen treating you? The man asked.
Don't even mention it. Miss Chen has quite the temper, very hard to please.
But it doesn't matter, the mission will be over in a few days, and I can go to the eastern capital to be with you.
Honey, I have to go now.
I need to check in with the young miss, Lu Jun said, blowing a kiss and ending the video call. Lu Jun got up, put on a tight suit that outlined his well-toned physique, and left his room. In reality, the entire Tian Yun Hotel was equipped with a security system created with Chen Mengyao's black technology.
Any unusual occurrence would trigger the system, and Lu Jun would be alerted immediately if something happened to Chen Mengyao.
Thus, Lu Jun could rest assured in another room. However, tonight felt odd to him. Chen Mengyao, who usually pestered him every evening, hadn't called for him after reporting on the retrieval operation. It was unusual, given her habit of thoroughly inquiring about such matters.
Feeling uneasy, Lu Jun decided to check on her. Miss Chen.
Lu Jun called as he knocked on the door. There was no response. His expression changed, and he used an emergency backup key card to open the door and rush in Miss Chen. He called out again upon entering. He froze. The room had an odd smell, mixed with traces of blood and other peculiar odors.
Miss Chen, are you okay?
Lu Jun shouted towards the bathroom, where he heard the sound of running water and someone panting. I'm fine, get out, Chen Mengyao's voice came from the bathroom. Lu Jun felt something was off, her voice sounded unsteady, as if she was gasping.
Miss Chen, are you sure you're all right? He asked again.
I'm fine, just get out, she replied, panting impatiently.
But I see bloodstains. Lu Jun pointed to the bed.
And there's a strange smell.
Don't you know women have monthly periods? Chen Mengyao snapped angrily. Lu Jun let out a coquettish laugh. Oh, Miss Chen, you're teasing me.
Get out, now, she yelled, exasperated.
All right, I'm leaving, Lu Jun said, reassured by her voice, and left the room, closing the door behind him. Can't you ever be satisfied? Not when it's been so long. Since we started, we have to go all the way. Can you be gentler?
After the door closed, Chen Mengyao and Qin Fan continued their conversation.
Chen Mengyao felt utterly exhausted and overwhelmed by the intensity of their encounter.
About 45 minutes later, both Qin Fan and Chen Mengyao finished cleaning up and got dressed. Chen Mengyao donned a pink silk nightgown that highlighted her striking figure, while Qin Fan relaxed on the sofa. Chen Mengyao's eyes were cold as she glared at Qin Fan. He couldn't believe his own impulsiveness had led him to such an intense encounter with her.
Too much abstinence isn't good, Chen Fan mused. So, how do you plan to make me the head of the Chen family? Chen Mengyao asked coldly. If you can do it, I'll accept what happened tonight. If not, you'll regret it. Simple.
I'll make the Chen family understand that having my woman as their leader is their best option, Chen Fan replied casually. He recalled a similar situation with a princess in another realm who became a queen through his intervention. He had used his strength to demonstrate his value, making the small kingdom choose her as their ruler.
Chen Mengyao's face turned angry. You're just making empty promises. Get out. If you don't, I'll scream and accuse you of rape. Chen Fan stood up. If I kill Yi Zifeng now, will it affect your experiment? Chen Mengyao was stunned. You're serious about killing Yi Zifeng?
Yes. I didn't kill him earlier because I didn't want to jeopardize the experiment or miss the chance to see the Earth's core.
But Yi Zifeng will not leave Tian Yun Island alive, Chen Fan declared. Chen Mengyao frowned, skeptical.
You don't even know the details of the Yi and Chen families, yet you dare to kill Yi Zifeng.
I don't need to know. Just answer me, will his death affect the experiment or your chance to see the Earth's core?
Chen Fan asked, thinking it over. Chen Mengyao replied, the experiment starts in 3 hours.
If you kill him discreetly, it shouldn't cause much of an issue. Good to know, Chen Fan said, walking to the window and opening it. What are you doing? Chen Mengyao asked, puzzled.
Chen Fan didn't answer. He leaped out of the window.
Are you crazy?
This is the 56th floor, she exclaimed, rushing to the window. She saw Chen Fan floating in midair, giving her a gesture before disappearing into the night. She rubbed her eyes, unsure if she was seeing things.
He can fly?
Who is he really, she wondered. As Chen Fan flew towards another building where Yi Zifeng was staying in a presidential suite, explosions suddenly erupted around the hotel.
Flames and black smoke filled the air as multiple areas were rocked by massive blasts. Chapter 258, The Traitor. Chen Fan hovered in midair, observing as explosions erupted throughout the hotel, flames leaping high and thick smoke billowing. What's happening? Is someone attacking Tian Yun Island?
Chen Fan's expression was one of shock as he changed direction to search for Chen Mengyao. Her safety was more crucial than taking Yi Zifeng's life, for he needed her to lead him to the Earth's core. The continuous explosions threw Tian Yun Island into chaos, with military personnel stationed everywhere rushing towards the hotel at full speed. Inside the hotel, the fire spread rapidly due to the explosions, filling the air with dense smoke.
Quick, find Director Chen. She must not be harmed. A commander directed the troops, insisting they prioritize rescuing Chen Mengyao.
However, the sudden and intense blaze made it nearly impossible to reach the 56th floor where she was located. At that moment, a fully armed squad equipped with advanced firefighting gear entered the hotel. This group, tall and imposing, appeared as though they had been prepared for this event, ready to act at a moment's notice. Who are you? A commander questioned, puzzled by their swift preparedness.
Never mind that. Their equipment is perfect for rescuing Director Chen, another commander interjected.
Yes, you must find a way to the 56th floor and save Director Chen, the commander instructed the squad. No sooner had he spoken than several individuals pulled out black grenades, yanked the pins, and hurled them towards the officers.
Boom! Boom! Boom!
A series of explosions ensued, instantly obliterating several Summer Kingdom soldiers. Jack, open the passage to the underground laboratory.
We must move quickly to avoid detection, a soldier commanded. Lewis, don't worry. Our assault has thrown the Summer Kingdom into disarray.
We can act with impunity now, Jack sneered.
Lewis, all is ready.
The passage will open momentarily, another soldier reported.
Open it immediately. We must reach the lower levels.
Lewis ordered instantly. A soldier extended his hands, revealing mechanical arms. Blue light pulsed with powerful energy, and his palms suddenly detached, revealing 2 dark holes.
Red lasers shot from these openings, cutting a large hole in the ground. Move!
Lewis waved his hand, and the group jumped through the opening, descending into the depths. After a 20-meter drop, they landed with a thud, their bodies impacting the ground like falling steel rather than flesh.
None showed signs of injury.
Lewis pressed a button on his visor, and a pale blue screen appeared on his goggles.
Just as the intel indicated.
Follow me, he commanded, leading the group deeper into the underground base.
Meanwhile, Guan Tong was urgently backing up experimental data.
As the chief of intelligence and head of security, she had covertly brought several researchers to this location.
Hurry up!
Guan Tong urged the scientists, pushing them to expedite the backup process while destroying experimental data inwardly. She seethed, "Damn it, who is the traitor?"
The island had a mole.
The entire island's security system, built with advanced technology, was impenetrable from the outside. Yet, someone had secretly deactivated it, leaving her to discover too late.
"Hey, everyone, hands up! Don't move!"
A voice suddenly rang out as Jack burst in, his fingers revealing 5 dark holes.
"Americans?" Guan Tong's face fell upon hearing the voice. "Lady, I don't want to kill anyone. Cooperate and don't test our patience." Louis stepped forward, speaking calmly. "You've attacked Tian Yun Island. Do you Americans intend to start a war with the Summer Kingdom?" Guan Tong retorted fearlessly, stalling for time until reinforcements arrived.
"You've developed submarines like Yuan Fushi and the Xingtian battleship, all armed with weapons capable of annihilating us.
Who's provoking war here?"
Louis replied coldly, "Your country possesses even more advanced weaponry in greater quantities."
Guan Tong shot back angrily.
"Hey, woman, understand this, America is the chosen nation. We are permitted such destructive power, but your Summer Kingdom is not," Jack sneered.
Bang!
His finger emitted a sharp crack, and a bullet struck Guan Tong's leg.
"Ah!" she screamed, collapsing.
"So, lady, where is the Earth's core?"
"It is not something your country should possess," Louis demanded.
"It is a national treasure of the Summer Kingdom."
"I will never tell you." Guan Tong gritted out through clenched teeth.
"Even without you, we will find it," Louis retorted coldly, his gaze shifting to a scientist in the distance. "Professor Kai, your assistance is required. Rest assured, I've not only mapped the entire security system but also the layout of this scientific base," Kai Mingyuan said, turning to face Louis with a sinister grin.
"Kai Mingyuan, it's you." Guan Tong glared at him. "Ha, yes, it's me.
I infiltrated the security system and neutralized it temporarily. I also planted all the explosives," Kai Mingyuan laughed maniacally. "Those bombs, designed by Qin Mengyao herself, were powerful enough to cause this havoc," he added, grinning at Guan Tong.
"Traitor! You treacherous dog!" Guan Tong cursed, filled with rage.
She was tormented by her failure to detect Kai Mingyuan's betrayal, a grave oversight for a security chief.
"Traitor?"
Kai Mingyuan laughed maniacally, "I am no traitor.
My loyalty has always been to the divine." "The divine?" Guan Tong echoed, stunned.
"There are no gods in this world." "There is, and my master is one,"
Kai Mingyuan declared fervently. Guan Tong paused, then spoke slowly. "You are one of the divine Retribution executors?" Chapter 259, The Artificial Angel.
"Indeed, the Earth's core belongs to the divine, to my master. I must deliver it to him," Kai Mingyuan declared with fervent zeal. Guan Tong stared at Kai Mingyuan, her mind racing through his dossier.
"After you arrived in the Summer Kingdom, you were repeatedly attacked and kidnapped by various overseas organizations. Was it all a ruse to gain our trust?" Guan Tong asked. "Exactly." Kai Mingyuan laughed heartily.
"Each time, I got injured, like in Jiangnan. Only by suffering those wounds could I earn your trust and gain access to Tian Yun Island."
"Damn it!" Guan Tong cursed.
"Lady, we don't have time to waste. Since you refuse to cooperate, I must send you to meet your maker," Louis said suddenly. As he spoke, his right hand transformed into a sharp blade, which he then thrust into Guan Tong's heart, twisting it. Her eyes quickly dimmed, life slipping away.
"Dr. Kai, lead us to the Earth's core," Louis commanded. "What about Chen Mengyao?"
"She's a genius and seems to have a method to communicate with the Earth's core.
We can't let her go."
"She must either serve us or die," Kai Mingyuan responded. "Don't worry.
Lord Gabriel will personally capture Chen Mengyao."
"If she refuses to serve our god, she will perish," Louis said.
"Lord Gabriel is here?" Kai Mingyuan's eyes lit up.
"Yes, and this time, our mission will not fail. If we secure the Earth's core, the rise of the Summer Kingdom will be thwarted, and our chosen nation will dominate the Earth forever.
So, lead us to the core without delay," Louis urged. "Let's go."
Kaiming Yuan's eyes burned with fervor as he swiftly led Lewis and his team to the deepest part of the facility. Meanwhile, explosions continued to rock the hotel. Chen Mengyao, having recovered from the shock of Qin Fan's departure, returned to her work, needing to make final preparations for the experiment scheduled in 3 hours. However, as she sat down, the hotel shook, and explosions reverberated, with the fire spreading rapidly. She attempted to flee but found the hallway turned into an inferno.
Miss Chen! Suddenly, a bald man burst through the flames and appeared before her. Lu Jun, what's happening? Why are there explosions?
Chen Mengyao asked, relieved to see him.
Miss Chen, there's no time to explain. We must leave immediately. Lu Jun urged.
No, the hotel materials are special. These explosives must be from the island, and the security system didn't alert us.
There must be a mole. I need to get to the lab. Chen Mengyao insisted. Miss Chen, your life is at stake. Let me take you to a safe place first. Lu Jun pleaded. All right, get me to safety. Chen Mengyao conceded.
Follow me closely, Miss Chen, Lu Jun said, leading her through a safe passage. On the high floor, with the walls shattered by the explosions, strong winds whipped the flames, making the fire spread rapidly. Despite the challenging conditions, Lu Jun remained calm. Channeling his inner energy, he created a protective barrier resembling a giant bell, shielding them both from the flames.
Move! Lu Jun commanded.
Chen Mengyao followed closely, amazed by the protective shield that not only repelled the fire but also blocked the heat. Your technique is impressive. This barrier is far superior to many advanced fire protection methods, Chen Mengyao remarked in astonishment, seeing her bodyguard's true capabilities for the first time.
Miss Chen, the Chen family and our Tian Yun woman have collaborated for a millennium. Didn't you know our strength lies in defense? Lu Jun retorted, slightly offended.
I don't practice martial arts. I just asked my family for a skilled bodyguard, Chen Mengyao replied, rolling her eyes.
I'm very skilled.
This Tianluo bell barrier can withstand even stronger flames, Lu Jun boasted.
Stop wasting time and move. Chen Mengyao urged. Fire can be blocked, but what about lightning?
A cold voice echoed from above.
Suddenly, a blue bolt of lightning struck, hitting Lu Jun's barrier with a thunderous boom. Cracks appeared, but Lu Jun quickly reinforced it with more energy, maintaining the shield. Who's there? Lu Jun shouted, looking up.
In the sky, a colossal figure hovered, 3 pairs of blue wings on his back.
An angel? Lu Jun gasped. An angel of the divine retribution executors.
Chen Mengyao exclaimed, looking up at the figure.
Above them was a handsome, golden-haired man, suspended in midair with 6 blue luminescent wings, resembling a celestial being. An angel of the divine retribution executors? Do they really exist? Lu Jun was incredulous. Are you an idiot?
The Divine Retribution Executors are an ex-organization, on par with Yushu Palace.
Their elites use angelic codenames.
This is my first time seeing one, but they are artificial angels created with black technology, Chen Mengyao explained. As expected of the genius scientist Chen Mengyao, you identified my origin at a glance. Let me introduce myself. I am Gabriel, one of the 12 angels of the Divine Retribution Executors, Gabriel announced coldly, looking down at them. Impossible.
The 12 angels of the Divine Retribution Executors are supposed to be held back by Yushu Palace and Bo Palace at the Summer Kingdom's borders. How are you here? Chen Mengyao's face darkened upon hearing his introduction.
Gabriel, one of the 12 angels, was immensely powerful, rivaling the divine realm of ancient martial arts. No, you're mistaken.
It wasn't the Yushu Palace and Bo Palace keeping us out. We kept them occupied at the borders, enabling tonight's operation, Gabriel smirked.
Damn it, your target was the Earth's core from the beginning.
Chen Mengyao cursed.
Gabriel looked at her and said, indeed, the Earth's core is what we seek and what our God needs.
So, Dr. Chen, if you pledge loyalty to our God, I will take you away. Otherwise, you will die.